Hey guys, welcome to Drunk Movie Reviews. I said back because this is take two because the first one
He
did
messed up
not
on.
work so well.
He didn't know what he was saying, and he announced the wrong movie.
I thought we were watching well, never mind. Anyway, tonight our feature film will be the 1995 classic Twister, all about
Cows.
and the weather.
Cows and weather. And science? There's a few things. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. We established that this movie came out in 95, so it's...
I was 16.
Yeah, and I was 2.
So that's
So
wonderful.
that's sad for Pat.
That's not. Why is that sad? It just means that I have more life experience than you.
Yeah.
I've essentially am closer to death. Well, whatever. Anyway, so wow, just dark turn. Wow. Anyway, we're gonna watch Twister tonight. We're gonna be drinking Coors, some vodka,
and some Crown Royal.
some Crown.
And we're gonna figure it out as we go.
And we're going to put the movie on and come back at 9. And we will also have eaten probably a copious amount of sushi.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So.
And 9 o'clock sharp.
We're definitely going to be... you know what's funny is I don't think we've actually made it to air at 9 o'clock yet. Like, I think it's been like 9:15 the first time. And like, wasn't it like 10:15 the second time?
Yep.
9 o'clock.
We have the DVD today, so we're going to be good.
It's going to be 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Maybe 9:10.
Maybe 9:02. 9 o'clock, but closer to 9 than later. Twister coming up, and we'll be hopefully a little bit more relaxed and buzzed.
Get a little tuned, and we'll have a good time. This is Pat, James. I'm Jeff Cox. We didn't announce our names.
This is Jeff James, and I'm Pat Cox. And we'll be back.
Yeah.
It's because your legs are hairy.
Welcome. Now welcome to
That's all I was saying.
Drunk Movie Reviews.
Is that I could see your legs in the preview, and they
It's
were hairy.
fine.
They're
My legs are
very
fine.
hairy.
They're
See?
Yeah, they're right in
Hairy
there.
legs
Yeah, so I'll
in the
put this
preview.
down. Welcome back.
Hello,
welcome
everybody.
to start.
Welcome to Drunk Movie Reviews again, because now you just watched the pre-roll, which was 2 hours ago, and now we've had some drinks and some sushi,
And we watched a movie.
and we watched a movie,
And that movie was
Left Foot Red.
Twister. It was Twister.
Twister, Red Foot.
I get it. I
would-
got it late. We watched Twister. It was a movie about a lot of wind.
That's it, eh? I imagine at this point everybody's seen Twister. Like I don't know if anybody hasn't seen Twister. If let us know if you've seen Twister in the comments.
Just assume we're gonna spoil everything.
Yeah,
we
like if
talk
you haven't
about.
seen it,
So,
we're
I mean,
gonna talk
if you
about it.
haven't, spoiler warning, everything works out fine except for that one guy, and anybody who lives in Tornado Alley. It just seems like an all-around bad spot to live.
All the people who live there, like, why wouldn't you just move? Like, there's like literally the movie took place over, like, what I can only imagine is like a 24-hour period, maybe 48 hours. And there was like 5 tornadoes or 4 tornadoes. Like it
was a lot of shit real quick.
That's 2 a day. That's more tornadoes than, I don't know. That's a lot. Anyway.
Let's see where you're going with that. We should, I guess, tell what this movie was about. This movie was about this group of people who are insane, who drive around in rickety trucks, chasing tornadoes so that they can release their little spheres into the tornado to collect data. Little like wind balls. So, or science
Which looked
balls.
a lot like Pokemon.
No, they didn't look like Pokemon.
They looked like Pokemon. These little Pokemon were being released into the tornado.
This would be like if I was trying to explain Eddie and the Cruisers 2 to you. That's the same level that this is. I remember watching after school every day Pokemon at my babysitter's house. All right? The 152, I could probably do the Poke Rap.
I'm gonna let it go that you just compared Eddie and the Cruisers and fucking Pokemon.
I compared the situation of you talking about it. Oh, I touched your hand.
My hand.
And felt the electricity.
COVID. Hello.
Yeah, so they chase around tornadoes, and then they try to release their balls in the tornado, and then
So
There's
these
like
guys are basically just trying to get their balls blown,
essentially,
like really hard.
literally. Then there's another dude who I assume they used to work together because that's usually how these things go.
It was like a
And
rival,
he was
played
trying to
by
release.
Carrie Ewells.
He was trying to release his cubes into the wind
You would remember him from movies like The Princess Bride.
and Twister.
I also think he was in
The
Saw.
end.
He was in Saw.
Oh, he's that guy?
Yeah, he's the guy that like cuts his own
Foot off.
foot
That's
off.
pretty
or
hardcore.
something.
He made
Yeah.
a bad decision in that movie, though. Yeah, so they drive around and like tornadoes just kind of fuck shit up in the meantime, and they just kind of follow it around, and that's Twister.
That's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
Now, as we talk about the things that occurred in the movie,
Nice.
we have some notes. But then Anil, our producer, say hi, Anil.
Hi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She
mute
made
yourself
some.
again.
She made
No.
some notes. So what we did this time, and we tried to do it last time, and it didn't really work out.
And we
'cause-
ended up starting super late.
and we started super late. Is that we actually watched the movie on a split screen, and then put a camera on the movie so that you could actually watch. So we might release some clips later. We're going to see how it turns out. So you can actually watch us reacting to the movie, which I think is kind of cool.
Might be cool. We say a lot of shit during these movies.
We
so,
talk
like,
a lot about other.
sometimes we think we're
yeah.
funny.
I
Other
don't know.
times we just think we're funny and no one else will. I don't know.
But
Fuck
there
it.
were things in this movie that made me long for the days of yester.
Where Helen Hunt was in film.
Helen Hunt is an absolute knockout.
She is an attractive lady.
She is.
An attractive lady.
She looks super familiar. I know something, but anyway, but
She plays like the exact same character in Jurassic Park too.
she really, I never said that she was a great actor. I just said that
Actress.
no, they're all actors now, Jeff. You're a
how
millennial.
it
I feel
works?
like you should know this. Yeah,
Oh,
we
shit.
don't separate actors.
Sorry for
and-
being sexist.
Yeah, way to just wow. Anything else you wanna talk about? You wanna
Our viewer count just plummets.
It's not that much right now.
Cancel
so
drunk
it's-
movie reviews.
So Helen Hunt, who is a knockout, she's
A knockout.
a storm chaser, and then Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace,
Rip.
is her ex-husband, who is with another woman who he's gonna marry,
Budget Courtney Cox.
Budget Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
The entire movie, Anil was hoping that like a tree would fall on this brunette. She's like, I fucking hate this bitch, and I hope she dies.
She,
I don't know if she said that, but it was something like that.
I mean, the crazy thing is the
I didn't
fact
say
that
I
this
hope she
woman
dies.
chose to chase the tornadoes with her husband who chases tornadoes, or at least has a history of chasing tornadoes, with a group of people who actively chase tornadoes. And she just seems surprised at all the shit that went down
Yeah.
following that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys actually get close to tornadoes? Like, yeah, we just drove in a truck for like 30 miles to get here, woman. Like, what are you talking about?
She was kind of like
Made no sense.
just clueless. Like she's like, when you said that you chased tornadoes, I thought you were
being literal?
being literal. Like, what did you think? There's so many things in the movie though, as it is when you watch movies and you go back and you watch them over and over again, like that when you watch them again, you wonder like what. Like, why did they do that in the movie? And I realize that sometimes things just need to happen in the movie for the movie to keep going. Like, the very opening scene when they're in the storm cellar and the father's hanging on to the storm cellar door, and young Helen Hunt is cuddled or whatever in the corner in the back of the storm cellar, and the dad's trying to hang on to this rickety door because he doesn't want it to open up.
For fear of
And
his
the-
family getting
because
sucked
he
out.
was worried about his family getting hurt, and the door rips off and sucks him up, and he dies. But they're totally okay at the back of the cellar because the tornado doesn't reach into the storm cellar. So I just feel like if he'd have just let go of the door and got to the back of the cellar, this entire movie could have been avoided.
The crazy, crazy thing on top of that is the fact that like all of these storm cellars in Tornado Alley or whatever it's called are held together with like a couple nails.
Yeah, or like
Just like, oh, let's just, like, nail in these
four
four-
screws in each
Yeah,
hinge.
like whatever it is, because you see like, oh, it rips right off the door. That sucks. Just like it makes no sense whatsoever. And they weren't even at the back of the cellar. They were like halfway, being like, "Dad!"
Yeah, like they ran up.
Like they could have gone deeper in and probably around a corner. Like there was
That's what
probably
she said. Sorry.
shame.
Sorry. Did I shake the table when I put my beer down? Sorry.
Like
I'll just hang on to it.
I don't know. Just there's so many things. I feel like we were talking about this during the movie. I feel like there are people in Hollywood whose job is to pay attention to continuity and just like I imagine they just lose their minds all the time at this stuff. Of just like the amount of things that make no sense whatsoever. What are you doing? Oh, my shiny face. It's hot in here. And I have a
I'm
shiny
moving.
face.
We're trying to just quietly relocate this bottle, but it looks great because now it just looks, and I'll just go over to Jeff's shot here. It just looks like he's got a big old bottle of vodka right in
Yeah.
front of him, which is kind of nice.
Well, oh, I see. I can see it now. Well, that's okay there, I think.
We're professionals.
One day we'll. We
So back to Helen Hunt.
Yes. Helen Hunt. Yes. Yes.
Best part
So-
of the movie by far.
I don't know if anybody else has seen the movie, if they enjoyed it or not. I enjoy the movie. I've seen it multiple times.
Not a bad movie by any means. Like
Yeah,
actually
100%. You should
a
watch it.
worthwhile watch. Not like it's not deep by any means. It's like one group of people trying to shove balls into a sphere, another group of people trying to shove cubes into a sphere or cubes
Funnel.
shove spheres into wind. Other people, we touched hands again. Other people trying to put cubes into wind, and that's essentially the entirety of the movie. They just
I
drive
mean,
around.
I feel like there's more to the movie than that. I mean, okay, like, you know,
The other part's his wife, and that was about it.
like Helen Hunt's character wants to like start this early warning system because she wants to give
Okay, yeah.
people
There's intent.
more time to like get to safety.
They eventually get the numbers.
There was
Bunch of numbers.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it. That was good. May he rest in peace.
Minor role.
Everybody's dead in this movie.
Yeah.
He had such a cool character. I feel like if I could have been any of the characters, I would have been his character.
You would have been like the safe guy of like, guys, I don't think we should go in there.
I just said I wish if I could have been. I didn't say like who would I actually be. If I was there, I
You would have been the guy cowering in that truck 8 feet from the door of safety.
Whoa. And first off, fuck that guy because he's a storm chaser. And not even the first, like the third storm.
It was like the
he's-
third storm of the
He's
day.
hiding in the truck and he doesn't want, and he's 6 feet
Oh,
from
no.
like safety. But I don't think that that's who I would be. Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, I feel like I'd be that guy.
Yeah,
I'd
you're gonna
be-
kiss that dude in that truck.
I would kiss that dude before you'd kiss that dude. So yeah, I guess
I've already
probably-
kissed that dude.
Well, fuck you then. You're Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I'll be
The wife.
what, the brunette wife that Neil wanted to die.
All right, so we have a comment.
Oh, okay.
Please help us.
It's Jenny. She's a longtime viewer, longtime
Hey,
listener.
Jenny.
She said, if it all made sense, you guys wouldn't have anything to talk about.
This
This
is true.
This is true. I did like
Yeah.
there was some stuff about the movie that I thought was cool. Like I want to like when you see something classic and you're like I want to bring that back. So I want to bring back, and I know Jeff disagrees, maps. Like the actual folded map, the Pearlie's map in your glove box. I just think it's cool. Like if you're gonna go, and I'm not talking like to get like to Mississauga to go pick up something you bought on Marketplace. I'm talking about, like if you're gonna go on a road trip to like wherever, or you're going across, getting real maps and using a map and like having that moment where you pull over on the side of the road and you open the map up, on the hood of the car and it's super cool. And, and you're like, oh, I bet he even knows how to use a compass, or whatever. I don't know. Just like cool shit.
They point somewhere. I feel like here was my point in regards to maps, because he's like GPS is. I get the impression that you think GPS is kind of stupid in comparison.
I don't think it's stupid. I just think
Like,
that
it makes sense,
there's
but,
there's
like,
a
not as cool.
romantic idea of looking at a map, and I don't know what it is
The
exactly.
thing is,
It's paper.
you easily grab the map from your glove box, and then you fish around through the gigantic duffel bag in your back seat that comes with that map to find your flashlight, holds your extra batteries. It's got like this, that. It's got a bajillion things that have to do with reading this map properly. That compass is involved in there somewhere. Like, oh yeah, let me just grab this map and lay it out in this truck while someone else drives, and then let me fish around for shit so I can see B, try to figure out where the heck I'm going. I'm looking for a side road to find out where the hell I am on this road. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Look it, man. They did that for a long time
When they had
before
nothing.
GPS.
That's the thing, is like you're talking about like it's like saying, yeah, we used to use sticks that caught fire with lightning to cook our food.
Maps are still cool. I don't give a shit. Also, CB radios. I feel
CB
like
radios always
I
cool.
feel like if we could get a group going now of like people who want to be part of our CB radio gang, and then we could start or a club. Let's go with club because I feel gang is got a negative connotation to it. A CB radio club where all we do is talk to each other on CB radios.
I feel like there's some validity to that because I believe that like there would be people who would really want in that club who weren't involved.
If they were like, okay, like, here's the thing. When I remember, okay, so I remember growing up when you weren't even born yet. Okay, before you were born,
back in my day,
wasn't my day. It was my brother's day, and all of his buddies, all my brothers and their buddies, all had CB radios in their cars. So, and Aurora, you know,
That would've been, like,
living
a
in
big
Aurora,
purchase back
growing up in
then.
Aurora, was not a very big place. Aurora, Newmarket. You know, you could talk to each other relatively easily across Aurora because you had like 20-kilometer range on these things. And it was awesome. It was like, I mean, I get now that you can like text, but text is bullshit. Calling someone or three-way call, like CB radio is just everybody. It's like group chat, but with audio. Like everybody hears it. You're just on the channel and you all get it and it's cool. And you get to come up with cool nicknames that are probably rip-off nicknames of like Maverick and Goose and shit like that. From
Always
Top
Maverick
Gun.
and
Yeah,
Goose.
like everybody wants to be.
you'd be Goose.
I would be okay with Goose. Goose was awesome. He played piano and sang Great Balls of Fire. He dies, but whatever. We'll watch that movie.
We all
another
die
day.
in the end.
We should watch Top Gun. We all-
Top Gun would be a sick watch. I would love. We're also talking maybe Roadhouse. Roadhouse movies that get us really excited are generally just 80s action movies.
yeah,
'cause
pretty much.
That
like
is
Roadhouse,
the pinnacle of action.
Top
films.
Gun, Days of Thunder.
Expendables can get fucked.
I would watch it, but I would go Rambo first.
I would
Rambo
watch it,
First Blood.
but bitch about it the entire
Yeah.
time.
Now, how did you feel about? You had made some comments about the sound effects in this movie.
Great sound effects in this movie. If you were
Right.
to take, like, the fact that you could take like tornadoes, which are just big stupid swirls of wind, and like give them this kind of characteristic as like a villain in some sense, I feel like this movie does that. I very much enjoyed like
It felt like a monster
Yeah, it
at times. Like they
sounded,
were trying to
like,
get away from a
scary and
monster.
shit.
It growled. I remember watching something once that, because I think they won awards for this, like the one and only time, like not music but sound won an award or something. And
first ever sound
yeah,
award.
they're like, way to go, guys.
Twister.
And I remember they said something like there was like 100 or 1,000. It was some ridiculous number of tracks that made up the sound of the tornado.
Just chucking a bunch of things down.
No,
a
it was
hallway.
crazy. They said that
with a
there was
room
like
mic.
pigs squealing and all kinds of things that made the overall effect of that.
That guy was
That
just
and
high
Eddie
as
Van
shit.
Halen's guitar.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen's guitar sprinkled all over this movie adds a lot. It's
Yeah.
just like how to make any scene epic.
It was-
Squealy guitar.
They don't do that anymore, though.
No,
You
they
remember,
don't.
like,
This guitar's stupid now.
Whoa.
As per, I feel, general opinion of the younger generation.
I don't think it's guitar's stupid, and that's also not what I
stand by
meant
that.
exactly.
I mean it.
Guitar's not stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I think people think it's stupid.
Okay, but then you're not stupid. People that think guitar is stupid are stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb.
You basic.
But what they don't do anymore, and I wish that they would do, and I don't know if your foot shaking on the table is creating any audio. It is making my mic move, and it's kind of annoying me, so stop. 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 So, the one thing that they don't do anymore that I really wish they would do is they used to make movies that had killer soundtracks. Like, they used to, like, find an artist. Like, I think the the James Bond movies still find someone to do, like, a song for the intro.
Always one of the cooler parts of those movies.
And it's very cool, but it used to be that, like, major movies would come out with a soundtrack that was so
You'd want to buy it in the
properly picked, and sometimes, and a lot of times, they were new albums or an artist, a band that was chosen to write the soundtrack
store. Like Kiss from a Rose.
for the Batman.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, yeah. Or I was
We
gonna
should
go
watch Batman and Robin.
We should. That's horrible because I'm just not a Batman guy. But I was also gonna
So
say
bad.
also
Bat nipples.
Young Guns 2, Bon Jovi. Hello, right? I'm just saying, Blaze of Glory, great song, awesome soundtrack.
All I can think of right now is Jeff Healey and Roadhouse.
Yeah, he didn't really write anything, but yes, still Jeff Healey and Roadhouse.
That's just where my mind.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, it used to be, like Kenny Loggins with Footloose and or Top Gun, whatever.
We share a birthday.
Do you really?
Kenny Loggins does Danger Zone.
Yeah, and Footloose.
Yeah, January 7th.
Oh,
Yeah, same with Nick Cage.
really?
Same with Isaac Chang.
I don't know who that is. Does he play Pokemon?
No, it's my buddy's son.
Oh, well, whatever.
I no longer have a birthday because my buddy's son was born on my birthday.
Oh, is that Jesse's kid?
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, that's cool though, and also Nick Cage is cool. I like Nick Cage. I like Nick Cage for all the reasons that people hate him. I
Just
think
'cause
I
he's
generally,
so out there.
you know what I mean? Like I like him in The Rock, and I liked him in Con Air.
What was that crazy movie where he's a cop and he's like doing coke and shit and he's just like nuts, like he's fucked in that movie?
Was it? I don't even know.
I forget what it was. It was like some movie where he's like a detective and he's just like a crooked
Was
cop.
it like Good Cop, Bon Cop? Anyway, I don't know.
No, not that movie.
We got comments.
You got some comments
Okay.
here. All right, we're gonna circle back to the soundtrack stuff you guys were talking about.
Sweet.
So you've got
Better be about Kiss of the Rose.
BKG, which I think is
From
Brooke.
Rose.
Is that Brooke?
What's up, Brooke?
All right, she's here. She's saying "Stand by Me" soundtrack, top notch.
Right.
You got a Michael Wone, I think is his name, but his name is Michael. The Quentin Tarantino soundtracks are so classic.
They're pretty dope.
I believe his last name is Crombe. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like,
It's not.
Where's the
I
C?
always never pronounce his last name properly.
Does it have an accent aigu?
No, but
And,
if he is in the comments, though, check him out. Johnson's Creek, country band.
Oh, Michael
Good dude.
Wone.
Yeah.
It's Wone.
Wone.
Is it CROME?
WHONE.
WHONE.
It's right there.
Not even the same guy. Never mind. Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
Check
Sorry.
check him out anyways.
But
It's
check
probably
out
really cool
Johnson's
to-
Creek. It's a good band. I don't.
And you got Rachel here. She's asking what your favorite movie soundtrack is.
Favorite movie soundtrack? I'll let Jeff go first. It's probably gonna suck. It's gonna be like.
Honestly, though, first one that comes to mind is just how iconic Danger Zone was in Top Gun. I don't know if that's just because we were
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
you're right.
Loggins, but
Yeah.
like that of like just any scene of just like the fucking jets flying through the air and just like highway to the danger
I
zone.
wish we could do like a zoom in fast on his face when he does that.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was a way there like zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
Actually, though,
I was watching the facial reactions and I was
it's
like,
just
yes.
it's sick though. Like
Yes.
that
Oh, no, it's
that
like-
holds weight to that. Also, A Kiss from a Rose by Seal and Batman and Robin. It's during the credits,
I
but it's
also feel
it's
like-
pretty iconic in the sense that like you're happy the movie ended and you
didn't-
can go home.
Didn't you two also do a song? Didn't they do
Kiss from a Rose.
dun, 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 dum, 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 whatever that fucking
What
there was
movie?
it was for Batman. They also had a song on that soundtrack. You too.
They poured so much money into that movie. I don't know if that was you.
I can't.
too,
It
though.
was 100% you two, 100% Batman.
I recognize the rhythm, but not anything else.
I don't know.
That's it.
I think like for me, favorite soundtrack would be really hard to pick because my gut would want to go with something where I know that one artist had something to do with the whole soundtrack. Like I had said,
Oh,
like Bon Jovi with
Daft Punk and Tron was pretty good because they did the whole Tron soundtrack,
right.
the new Tron.
Didn't watch any Tron.
But like that was a big point of like as per like a newer movie with
Neutron.
soundtrack.
New
It's pretty
Tron.
Olivia Wilde's in it. That's
the
the
word.
main reason to watch it.
Olivia what?
Olivia Wilde in like a skin tight leather suit. Yes.
Side eye
Yes, I'm
coming
gonna
at
look
you
at
hard.
all of the cameras.
No, I agree.
Yes.
I agree
Oh, okay.
wholeheartedly.
I thought that was
She's
side
a
eye
smoke
coming
show.
at him hard.
You guys got this soundtrack question is a great one here. So we've got, well, first of all, just to clear something up here, Michael chimed back in and he said his last name is Wone, like Wone. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Hi,
we-
Michael.
Michael Wone. That's his name.
Tiny
Cheers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
But you've got
Hi, Michael.
you've got Pulp Fiction. Brooke
Great.
is telling us Pulp Fiction was a
Fiction.
great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Brooke's
movie.
got great taste in music.
Yeah.
Brooke really does. Like, I find like a lot of new music through it, and like that's like, yeah, I'm surprised I didn't think about Pulp Fiction because that is Pulp Fiction, Reservoir. Like she just, yeah, like my brain just opened up to a whole, Reservoir Dogs, also a great soundtrack.
movie.
She's got a few here. Bad Lieutenant,
I wonder
That
if Bad
was-
Lieutenant's the Nick Cage movie.
That was the Nick Cage movie. Yeah,
maybe.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
She's also said Almost Famous soundtrack, which
Almost
I
Famous.
wholeheartedly agree with.
Good job.
It's a great one.
These are good. These are
Don't know very much
Should
about
we watch
Almost
Almost
Famous
We should.
or Stand By Me.
good. You don't know Stand By Me? Like you haven't seen it?
I have very little knowledge on both movies. Almost Famous I've seen. I did not pay much attention to.
Wow.
Bring on the hate. I give
No.
fucks.
I don't feel like it's a hate thing because I think there's a lot of music documentary type movies that I've never seen that people think I should have seen, and I feel like Almost Famous is the type of movie that, as a musician, most people would think you would have watched it because it's just such an iconic movie in the music.
It's like I feel like it's up there with like The Godfather. When I tell people I haven't watched The Godfather and I get that look, like it's the same kind of deal. We already established this, you know.
I think I blocked it out of my mind that you hadn't seen The
Well,
Godfather.
welcome back.
We should definitely watch The Godfather when we can start watching the movie at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we got an entire night to watch this movie. We'll come to you with this tomorrow.
But just quickly, if I had to pick a soundtrack for myself, I think
Jenny has the answer for
I
you
would
too.
say. Oh God, I can't. Pretty in Pink. But anyway, let's go.
That U2 song is "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me."
Thank you.
That's Jenny. I'm pointing.
Jenny and Michael both chimed in on that one.
Good job. Thank you. Right. And I bet you we should play. I wish we should play it.
Pull that up, Jamie. Oh, okay.
You want me to pull that song up?
Wouldn't it be cool? We should look into being able to do this. Another feature. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly throw out there. Aside from being able to pull up music, if anybody just maybe you could post this as a question. If we incorporated the ability for you to debate us or talk to us via Skype, where you would actually appear on camera with us, would you have any interest in that? Like,
Do you want to argue about The Last Jedi? Because I will go to war with you on how that is the worst fucking movie ever
Actually, I don't
made.
know if that's a really good question to ask, but I just thought it'd be cool. I wondered if anybody would want to like come on and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah. Just I would love for people to like tell us we're wrong so that we could just
Yeah,
like,
like, I wish someone would just
obnoxiously
be
argue
like-
with them.
Yeah, maybe
Because I'll argue about things that I barely understand all
we
day.
should definitely watch a movie that we know we're gonna hate that other people
Last
really
Jedi.
like. The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
You could watch any of the fucking
Piece of
Jedis.
garbage.
You could watch Star
Piece
Wars
of
and I will
garbage.
hate it, and we will and I yeah.
Anybody who's watching,
I don't like
if you
Star
want to
Wars.
talk to me about The Last Jedi, let's do it. Like, I will put myself through that if you guys want to come on and talk about, like, random crap, if we can figure it out, and you guys think I'm wrong, like, let's do it, because I will go to war. The first time I met some of, like, there was been times where I've gone to, like, family get-togethers and, like, randomly talked to, like, say new people that just show up, and, like, I have just created bad first impressions by arguing vehemently. Vehemently? Does that work? I feel like that works. About The Last Jedi and how it's just a trash movie, and how the following one was just an equally, slightly less piece of garbage. It's slightly less, but it's pretty much up there. Moving on.
I have no love for science fiction movies. I
You
mean,
have
there
no-
are some that I've watched and I've enjoyed just
So
randomly.
you have no taste.
I think that I'm just not a fan. I've not watched Star Wars and anything, and I'm not going to.
You gotta expand your horizons.
like the
son.
Matrix is.
You haven't seen The Matrix?
I think I saw the first one.
You give me shit about The Godfather. You haven't watched The Matrix
Don't
movies?
even fucking compare The Matrix to The Godfather.
Come at me. We can't compare The Matrix and The Godfather. What are you talking about?
The Godfather is like, it gives you like rules for life, like things to live by. What the fuck does The Matrix
The
give
Matrix is the science fiction equivalent to The Godfather in the sense of you haven't seen this movie?
you? No.
100%.
First off, there's no science fiction equivalent to anything because fuck sci-fi.
You're trash. And your opinions are trash. Everything you say is garbage. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I hate when we fight.
And that was all we had for notes, except for Jeff writing at 7:22
PM.
taking notes. I don't know if you can see it. That was the final note. Was just taking notes. Right there. Anyway.
It counts.
We probably could talk about Twister a little bit more. It's probably because what? Like we watched it.
Are there any questions about Twister? We can give you approximate knowledge.
Yo. You alright? You okay with the mic there?
Yeah, I just don't have the little knob because you lost it.
I didn't lose it. It didn't come with it.
It didn't come with it. You didn't return it?
I ordered these on Amazon, man.
Where you can return things easily.
I understand that, but it was $17 on Amazon. Great buy, by the way. We should get a sponsorship, do you think?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, hook us up.
The link is in the description. It's not in the description. It's
Use
not.
code word 2 idiots talking about movies.
When it comes to like how the movie ended, though, I will say that it was pretty crazy scene.
How do I do that?
Jumping back to the whole reason why people are here, which was the fact that we watched a movie. I don't even know if that's why people are here. I think people just watched to see what we're gonna say.
I'm just going to
What are you
do
looking
this
for?
and suffer. Pat's wrath. You move the thing. You can't do that.
I didn't say you couldn't do it.
Oh.
Just make sure you put it back. Anyway,
Also, I finished
how
your
the
vodka.
movie ended was pretty crazy, with them strapping themselves to that pipe.
The
And,
center of the pipe, which is like the most likely place for it to break. Sorry,
Yes.
finish your point.
But, and then they're like in the eye of the storm, and it's like super beautiful and like serene. It's like, I don't know. It's just like this, like, you know, beautiful moment. And then, but they don't show like coming out the other end of the tornado. Like, I guess it just.
Yeah. As soon as you make it to the eye of the tornado,
Like,
this
there's
movie
another-
taught me that everything will be okay because it'll just go away.
Yeah, like I mean, it's whatever. But the movie itself was good. I enjoyed
It was a decent watch. I enjoyed it a lot more than Porky's.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like Porky's.
Yeah, Porky's, honestly, a lot of people were super excited about us watching it, I guess, in the sense of
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you really thought we'd enjoy it. I feel like people had the mentality that we would enjoy it, but we didn't.
If there are
We're sorry,
if there are
but we're not sorry.
Yeah, I think that it was one of those movies that like if we had watched it when like if I had watched it when I was growing up, maybe it would have been different. It was sort
When
of
there were
lost.
no better options to watch
It was
movies
just sort of
that
lost
would
on
have
me.
stood.
But if
stood
there
right up
are
there.
recommendations for other movies that you'd like us to watch and drink and watch, let us know.
We very much love 80s movies, for the record. If you want to see us
100%.
get really excited about movies,
Yeah.
like, if we were to watch Roadhouse, you would see us, like, giddy little school children.
Yeah, like
talking
Twister
about
was
Roadhouse.
cool, but like I mean, it wasn't like
Rambo.
Roadhouse. No, or Rambo. Oh my
like,
god.
there's so many awesome movies from
I
the
imagine
80s.
like that review would just be drunk us reciting line after line.
That'll
of
be the one where we
movie.
get too drunk and just,
Yeah.
like, gush over fucking Jeff Healy playing guitar and being just a badass, having bottles thrown at him.
Not bad for a blind boy.
They
Yeah,
must
well,
have made a
I thought you'd
lot
be
of money
bigger.
to stay there and just keep playing gigs. With the amount of broken glass chucked at their instruments,
I wish
Yeah.
you could find a gig like that, like a house gig where you just like the
I'm
band
sh-
every night.
there still has to be bands playing in, like, biker clubhouses and shit. Just like, but I feel like you'd respect the band because you'd enjoy it. I don't really know how it works.
Do you
I
have-
doubt they have a revolving
Do you have
door.
something to add, Anil? You look like you were laughing at something.
I'm just laughing at Michael Wone. Wone?
Helen Hunt
Home.
seemed like an odd combo
I'm just
in
gonna
that
call him
TV
Mi-
show.
MW. Michael. Good
The
old
guy
Michael.
just needed random hot gal for his relationship.
Jeff's
show.
reading it as I'm
forget what it's
telling
called.
you.
Oh,
So.
can you read it so I can hear it?
I was talking.
Share
you
with
didn't
the
listen
class,
to me.
Jeff. Share with the class.
Helen Hunt seemed like an odd combo in that TV show. Like, guy just needed random hot gal for his relationship show. Forget what it's called.
It's called Mad About You.
Was it Mad About You?
Mad About You? I haven't seen it.
Mad About You.
But if Helen Hunt's in it, I got a reason to watch
she
it. Am I
hot
right,
in it,
fellas?
Helen Hunt's a babe. We've
She,
been
I
over
know, but
this.
she was
Fellas?
She's always been a babe.
No.
I don't remember in Mad About You. I never watched.
I
Mad
mean,
About
like
You.
the competition in Mad About You wasn't large. So
Anyway, I don't know if there's any other questions, but why you got your hand up in the air?
It's my fellas thing. You missed the whole thing.
Oh, I was like watching you on the replay, and I'm like, why are you raising your hand for the class?
All I can look at is how shiny my face is.
Well, I wish there was more to say about this movie. If there was anything that you wanted to know specifically,
There's wind and spheres and cubes and Helen Hunt
Yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot of other.
and that other guy who could have also been in Jurassic Park.
It was just sort of like chase a tornado, almost die. Chase another tornado, eat some meat.
But be surprised that it's happening, that you're almost dying every single
Yeah.
time. Like, oh
Chase a
shit,
tornado.
who thought this was gonna happen? The huge wind swirl is picking all the shit up again. Every single time they went everywhere, just like death and destruction. No death, just destruction.
I feel
Everyone
like-
had storm.
I feel like
showers.
that would be an emotionally draining day. Like I feel like
Oh, I'd have gone
they were
home
way
after the
too-
first one.
Like I played a gig, like a backyard party the other day for the first time in 5 COVID months,
We're going to the comment.
and I was standing for 3 hours and I came home sore. Like I can imagine just like 24 hours of bumping around in a truck, almost dying from a tornado attack,
I
and
think
then
they
like
attack, yeah.
just going at it again. Anyway,
We got
what's
this-
Rachel saying?
What was the one scene you think took away from the movie? Introducing his wife in the first place. Like, just keep her out of it. She did nothing but just bitch about the fact that they were chasing tornadoes. Like, if you're going on a fucking voyage with people who chase tornadoes, you can't act surprised about how shit's gonna get fucked up. Like, that's just, like, that's ridiculous to me. And, like, all she did was complain about everything. And then
Yeah.
she left him before they were going to chase the other tornado, which slowed him down from chasing the tornado.
That
Like,
was
this
actually.
chick fucking sucks. Everyone's like,
They
we
were-
have to save our friend. We now have a
I was just
reason
gonna
to
say
go
they
back
were
to
on their way
Wakita.
to see if Aunt Meg was okay, and she was holding them up.
Yeah, she's like, actually, I'm breaking up with you. I'm not going to meet you at the hotel. She was
Like-
cryptic about it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, she
like,
was.
I won't meet you at the hotel.
If I had to pick a scene that I
Ridiculous.
thought took away from the movie, just because it annoys me, I'm gonna say the scene where the house blows across the road, and they drive through the house, up the stairs, and out the back window, and right before they hit the house, he's like, "I think we're going in," and it was just the weirdest. Like
Yeah.
he's never.
Best,
Like his entire character just seemed to change for that one line, and then they drove through the house, and it seemed stupid.
the
It was
thing
just,
about that scene, too, was this house rolls, fully, like, supported
like
and
head
everything.
over feet, like
Like,
roof over.
rolls
Doesn't-
sideways onto the road.
doesn't
They drive
smash.
through the sideways house, drive up the stairs, and then as they get up the stairs, they're then back at ground level on the sideways house, at which point they should have come out
On
like
the wall.
this.
Yeah.
Like, but they just came out fine. So
I would
like
say
some
that
kind of Inception
that
bullshit
scene
happened
took
there.
away from the movie. For me.
Guaranteed back in the day though, people were like, "Oh shit." And then like I guarantee there was some kid who was like, that would work.
That would work. Yeah, I don't know. That scene lost it for me
Yeah.
in general. Also, that scene, and I think we talked about it. The scene where they almost die the first time, and him and Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt are like having this heart-to-heart, moment, and everyone's listening on the CB radio. Because somehow the CB radio in the truck 20 feet away during a storm
It's not
is
gonna bring
picking
back
up
your
their
father.
voices so clearly that everyone else is listening as if they're talking into the radio.
No wind noises through
Yeah,
the CB
and they're
radio at all
like-
either, and nobody holding the button.
And then he like
There's a button. I
professes
assume.
there's a button on it. That's it. You gotta press a button.
It's probably the tornado wind holding the button down.
Like, yeah. and somehow
I don't
it's picking
understand
up their
science.
voice, and they're like, and that's when the wife to be hears that he's still in love with his ex-wife, who he's on his way there to
Did he
divorce.
say he was in love with her though, or did he say chasing tornadoes isn't gonna bring back your father? To which his wife crazily overreacted.
No, because then he said, you got to stop looking in the past and you have to look at what's right in front of you. And she said, what are you saying? And he said, me, Joe.
Is that what
me.
he said?
Yeah.
Oh, I
we're-
missed that whole
You
part.
missed all. And that's why I was
Never
like,
mind.
why was he, if he was in love with her to the point that within, 4 hours of seeing her, he was like, I still love you and we should be together. Why did you go there to get divorced in the first place? Like, why didn't you just go there to get her and chase storms? Because he went back to doing that.
Plus, my favorite thing is like he shows up,
You know what? I
meets
take
his
it back.
ex-wife
Twister
again.
fucking sucked. The entire story plot, garbage. Made no fucking sense. If it wasn't for the fact that Aunt Meg was cool as shit with the whole cow thing and the fucking... Like, there's like 4 scenes in this movie that are cool. I give this movie a fucking 2 out of 10. It is not a good
We're
movie.
not giving ratings.
No, okay, I'm not giving rating. But it is not a good movie. I take it back. It actually is written very poorly, and it could have been done so much better.
But worth watching.
But worth watching. Like, it's
It's
entertaining.
confusing, but we're not
No.
incredibly
The
intelligent.
more
people.
I think about it, I'm kind of annoyed at how badly it's written. That it just doesn't make any sense to me. We're
Which
like,
is exactly what happened to me with The Last Jedi.
nobody cares about sci-fi.
Oh my god. You are so out to lunch. Moving on. Do we have any more questions?
Is there
Help
any?
us.
Is there anything? I just
yeah.
had that revelation. This movie sucked. But anyway, but worth watching. Like, it's
We
entertaining.
got Simon Falcon.
Hey Simon,
Oh,
what's up?
Simon.
Said, seriously, Pat, you haven't seen The Matrix?
Thank you.
I-
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure that I've seen The Matrix mostly.
What?
Like, I feel like, okay, here's what I imagine. Here's what my mind thinks of when I think of The Matrix. Go with me here.
Okay.
Just go with
I'm
me.
listening. I'm ready to tell you you're wrong.
The Matrix. No. Hang on.
Never
But
been more ready.
this is where this is the correlation my mind makes with The Matrix. The sci-fi movie The Matrix, right,
Okay.
is the sci-fi version of the 80s underground classic the last master? No. Whoa, what's it called? The Kung
Schwarzenegger in it?
No. It's called
It's a kung fu movie.
The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon?
Now hear me out. The Last Dragon.
Who's in that? There's only like 3 dudes that
There's
you can name.
no one in it that you're giving it. Is this guy who wants to learn kung fu and become a master, and he's taking kung fu lessons, and then it's the Shogun's in it, Shonuff. Like, anyway, doesn't matter. You gotta watch it. Someone out there, please, who knows The Last Dragon, think about The Last Dragon and then tell me about The Matrix. So the Last Dragon, he wants to be a master. He's learning. Things are being uncovered. He's discovering things about it. His master says, you always had it in you to be a master. And then at the end of the movie, he realizes that he's always had it in him. And all of a sudden, he's Bruce Lee. He's moving so fast, and he catches a bullet with his teeth. And he does all this crazy shit because he finally believes in himself. And that's what I thought of The Matrix. I feel
like you can make that, but I mean, like, that's fucking every movie ever of some dude who just gets tossed into a situation as like I feel like.
But I'm
you
just
haven't seen
saying,
The
I
Matrix.
appreciate the kung fu version of The Matrix over The Matrix because the sci-fi starts part of it's just, you lose me.
The fact that you cannot comprehend that. Okay. Oh, there's so much to talk about here. Okay.
I feel like this is a whole new show now. Not
Okay, imagine Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
okay.
Okay, you know the machines kind of come like at like I think is it the end of the movie? Did that happen or was that the no Terminator 3? Sorry
Right.
for mentioning Terminator 3.
Yeah, it's
But
horrible of you.
the end of the movie is essentially when Judgment Day actually starts.
Yep.
Because like they stupid time travel shit and whoever directed that movie should stop directing movies.
It was bad.
But
I don't remember. I watched
imagine the machines win and humanity's trying to survive. So like now imagine Terminator Salvation. Also an awful movie. But like it's that kind of situation of like the machines have won the war and just humans are trying to survive and like trying to like like the resistance kind of idea and like the machines have enslaved humanity. I'm just explaining the Matrix at this point. I'm convinced you haven't watched the Matrix.
I might have seen it once. I told you I don't remember
just, like-
because it just
Like yeah, he had it in him all along. You could say that's Neo as being the one and like having to like just believe kind of deal, but like
Yeah.
that's a ton of movies. That's Whiplash. Whiplash is the exact same thing. You had it in you all along. He just like rips off this crazy solo and then like
it's like Dumbo,
does
right?
it- it's
he
like
didn't
any,
need the feather to fly.
Any movie
Just
ever
saying.
of just a protagonist having to realize that they had it in them all along. The Lego movie. Fucking every movie ever. That is just a story trope. That is so unfair to like to compare. And the fact that you are arguing against The Matrix makes me think that you haven't seen The Matrix because that is a movie I feel like you would enjoy if you were to pay attention.
I've tried.
Especially if I were to obnoxiously tell you everything that's happening in the moment.
I watched the beginning of the Matrix a few months back, I think, and I got to the part where like he jumped out the building, and like I didn't even get.
That
to
was Trinity, and she was in the skin-tight leather suit. And if you were paying more attention, you probably would have finished the movie just to see her in this
No,
skin-tight
that
leather
was the
suit.
beginning of the Matrix when
later
he gets
on.
the phone call and he's like, "Get out!" Like jump out the window.
Jump out of any window. He walked out like a bitch. And he had a little squid put in his fucking belly button.
Maybe I'm missing the movie. Anyway,
I'm
whatever.
convinced you haven't seen The Matrix. Simon, just you know. You know.
I will give it a go. I won't
know.
do a drunk movie review of the
I'm
Matrix.
with you, and you know.
Because it will just be me bored out of my mind. I'll be so fucking drunk.
I guarantee you would enjoy that movie.
All right. If you think we should watch The Matrix, let us know.
It is one of my favorite movies. The first Matrix.
Well, now it's one of your favorite movies. I mean, you didn't just adding on pressure here. Like I didn't know I was insulting.
Listen,
one
the
of your
amount of
favorite
shit I've heard in
movies.
regards to not watching The Godfather, I feel like I can give you a little bit of shit for not watching The Matrix.
But you should have watched The Godfather.
And you should have watched The Matrix.
No. The Godfather's like everyone can appreciate The Godfather.
You come here on the date of my daughter's wedding, and you ask for me a favor on the day of my daughter's wedding.
I fucking hate you so much. right
Spaghetti linguine.
now. First off, that's not what he says. He says, "You come to me on the day of my
Getting
daughter's
some
to be
sideline
married,
laughs here.
and you ask me to do murder." Like you didn't even get it right. You know what I mean? Like don't what the fuck? Like it just
On the day of what?
on the day my daughter's to be married, and you ask me to do murder.
Wedding.
What did I ever do to you to deserve such disrespect? Thank you. One fucking line he gets right.
Predictable.
Predict. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
I know how to push his buttons. Like nobody knows how to push his buttons.
Leave the gun.
I will stand
grab
by
the
that. I
cannolis.
challenge
Come
you.
on, you. That's amazing.
Grab the cannolis. Italians everywhere rejoice.
Look at.
Spaghetti.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry if you're Italian and that's offensive.
Why would that be offensive?
I don't know.
Italians love pasta.
I said that to somebody once, one of my Italian friends. I talked to him in types of pasta, and he calls me a racist. So I don't really know.
He must be from Rome.
No, he's from
Anyway.
Woodbridge. Thank you.
Anyway.
So Brooke says, Pat, you need to watch Star Wars. Come on.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously, great movies. Great movies. Just open your mind. Just like if you can imagine, like, did you watch iRobot with Will Smith? A little bit more modern.
I think I did. Is that the one where he's part robot himself?
Yes.
Like he's
He
got
has
an
the
arm?
Yeah, the robot arm. Spoilers.
I did watch that one.
What'd you think? Oh, this is kind of interesting. Like, oh, that's something to kind of imagine.
I think I watched it once. And
Did you
was
watch
like-
Terminator?
Yeah.
What'd you think of Terminator?
First off, Terminator was an action movie, not sci-fi.
So because they look like people, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the people in the Matrix look like
T2
people except for the
It was
robots.
not sci-fi. It was not sci. I mean, there are some sci-fi.
But he liquefies through everything he goes through. What are you talking
There
about?
are some sci-fi elements. I can't go.
He appears in a ball of lightning.
Okay, listen.
Give you boots.
Do you remember
coat.
Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
Okay, we're not saying it, but go with me. You can't go full sci-fi. I will be into it, but you can't go full sci-fi.
If you're a little bit sci-fi,
If you're a little
you
bit
are
sci-fi,
completely sci-fi.
no. If you're a little bit sci-fi, I can get into a little bit sci-fi, and you can win Oscars for a little bit sci-fi. But once you go full sci-fi,
I'm just gonna call you out and say that you are full of shit.
No, I can't. I can look at. I can get into sci-fi-ish movies. Like I can get into like the Lord of the Rings.
That's not science fiction. That's fantasy.
What I'm just saying. But you like this. But if
The-
you like sci-fi, you like fantasy. You like that type of fantasy.
If you can open your mind to any kind of idea that is not within today's current realm of physics and like what we understand in real life, sci-fi and fantasy are pretty much just hand in hand. And I feel like turning one down means that you can't enjoy the other. So if you're not liking sci-fi with like after enjoying Lord of the Rings, I feel like you're just being a stubborn ass.
I can't deal with spaceships and things that are like people like.
Spaceships make more sense than gigantic dragons.
But hang on. Dragons might have existed. You don't know. Don't be a fool. They might have been
Oh my
real.
goodness. Finish your stupid point. So I can
Independence Day?
Deconstruct.
Okay, listen. Independence Day, sci-fi,
Spaceships.
fantastic movie.
Spaceships.
Not full sci-fi.
What are you talking about?
The people in the movie, the main characters aren't some like future utopian fucking society where the clothing is weird and the food looks weird. Like, okay, I'm gonna go right on a limb. Total Recall, fucking hated it. I hated Total Recall because it was like this futuristic bullshit. I don't know. It's just not for me. You can't go full sci-fi or else I'm just not into it. I will watch Supernatural.
I understand
will watch
its
certain
opinion,
fantasies.
But you are so wrong.
I'm just saying it's for me. I can't deal with full. I can deal with 20-30% sci-fi. 40%.
What is 20-30% sci-fi?
Independence Day, Terminator.
Oh my goodness. The fact that Independence Day is on your list, you have to be able to imagine the fact that these aliens have their own society, in which case they run it completely different. in
Jason
which case-
X.
Oh, Jason X.
Jason X. That was
you
a
can't
total.
derail my
That was
fucking
a
point
total sci-fi
with a stupid movie that I
horror
want to
movie.
talk about.
And he was in space. That was fine. And there was a robot in that movie. And she was badass.
You drive me nuts.
She was,
You
and they
drive
dressed
me
her up like the
wall.
Matrix.
You are just arguing with me, I feel, at this point, just to get a rise out of me for the sake. I feel like you understand you're wrong, and you're
I'm
just
not.
doing this for
Why
shits
am I
and giggles.
wrong? It's an opinion.
And it's wrong.
It's just an opinion.
This is how 2020 works, Pat.
Are you offended? Are you okay?
I might
Do we need
have
to hashtag a slogan
I might
for
have
you
to
and start
cancel
sharing
you. Like, immediately. Hashtag...
How do you spell sci-fi?
Hashtag fuck Pat.
SCI hyphen F.
No, I spelled it
I.
wrong.
How did you spell it?
I just said SI, like hyphen FI. And then
Yikes.
Simon, oh, leave me alone. I was French immersion.
That probably it sounds more like an element on the periodic
yeah.
table.
You know, it was a quick type.
silver something.
Like, it makes sense. But Simon corrected it. It's full sci-fi. So you're getting some support here.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
Simon's right here with you, Pat. You're killing me.
Thank you.
Full sci-fi.
Full sci-fi. It's
What is full sci-fi?
full the fucking Matrix. Like, what do you mean? Like, if
Okay,
look
so-
at if dear God
Oh no,
spilt the beer,
he dropped his drink.
son of a bitch, it's all over the floor. Thank you. Okay, look it. If we book it,
There it just went.
that's gonna stain and smell really bad.
It's gonna smell like the rest of the space.
This is true. Look at if you bookend full sci-fi and part sci-fi with full sci-fi being Star Wars, The Matrix, and
Where's Minority Report?
just a little like Minority Report. I barely remember. Are we talking Minority Report? Tom Cruise?
Is there another one?
I thought they did a remake. I couldn't remember.
I thought it was Total Recall.
Total Recall. They did do a remake. I didn't watch it.
I thought Minority Report was.
But if
one
you
and done.
bookend full sci-fi with The Matrix and Star Wars being full sci-fi,
Okay.
and half or part sci-fi being Terminator, Independence Day. Independence Day is a little bit more. I would still say Terminator is even less sci-fi, even though there's just less sci-fi going on.
So-
Minority Report would be somewhere in the middle, but more like 40%, and I can live
So
with that.
you're
also
talking
because it's
about-
Tom Cruise,
I'm just trying to understand.
and Tom
So
Cruise is the fucking man. Days
full
of Thunder,
sci-fi is a.
Top Gun, Mission Impossible,
Can I finish?
Risky Business.
I'll take your silence as yes. So full sci-fi would be an imagined world in regards to
Made up fucking
Okay.
like people like
So like different galaxies,
Planet of the Apes,
whole
full
different
sci-fi,
situations.
not
That's not
interested.
full sci-fi.
to
then.
me it's full sci-fi. It's
No.
fucking
So sorry, I'm trying to understand. So full sci-fi is imagined world of like different set of circumstances.
Yeah.
We're not imagining human beings on planet Earth. It's like a different kind of creation in regards to the idea. Is that correct?
sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Part sci-fi is something that's evolved from current modern day technology. That's like say 30 years down the road when we're like cloning more than sheep and like shit's like just it's just technology advanced.
Yeah.
Okay, Matrix, part sci-fi. Minority Report, part sci-fi.
Part sci-fi.
Star Wars, full sci-fi. Because that is an imagined world in a different galaxy far, far away. Cue the scrolling words. And then Minority Report is imagined in regards to technology reaching a point. The Matrix is technology reaching a point in regards to the machines actually gained intelligence, started to fight back, and then they enslaved humanity. And that is just an evolution in regards, or just the technological climb in regards to just how that worked. That is part sci-fi as per that definition. You want to debate? Let's do this.
Shots thrown.
We have only mentioned one full sci-fi movie, and that is Star Wars.
The Matrix. Sorry, let me bring it down because you're being very calm. The Matrix.
Let him think for a few
We're-
days on this.
We're
'Cause he knows
zeros
he's wrong.
and ones. They like inject him with something and program him to know how to fight.
No.
And he trains in his mental mind state when he's hooked up to that machine.
Would that not be an evolution of technology?
But it's
Brainwaves are like firing
but it's
neurons.
a bit much. It's like
Is it?
it's
Oh.
like downloading the knowledge base to do like okay, here's one for you that I will say is full sci-fi that I did like. Which camera are we on? That
mainly
I
split screen.
did
'cause we're just
like.
arguing with each other.
The Fifth Element.
That is full sci-fi.
I just said here's one full sci-fi that I did like. I liked it. Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, whatever, however you say her name.
Resident Evil check.
Resident Evil, smoking hot, totally helps.
Just a
was
quick
mainly just
question.
the
Does
suit.
she appear in a skin tight bodysuit? Because it seems to be Jeff's theme of.
She's not in
She
a
appears in less than a skin tight bodysuit.
She's in a skin
okay?
tight bodysuit. Then they removed like the legs and the arms in the middle section.
It's one of those like imagine those bathing suits that like don't have the shoulder straps, the ones that are just like a strap around your boobs.
She's
And
basically
then
wrapped
essentially just underwear.
Like a tube top?
like
Yeah,
a
it's
tube
just
top and
Tube top
shorts.
and underwear. It's
Something
underwear.
like that,
It's
I
all
guess.
white too. It's amazing.
Questions.
Yeah, let's hear them because
Oh.
we're
Let's
just gonna
go.
argue
My-
back
my
and
mic
forth
was
about how he's
weird.
wrong.
We got some questions here. So
Nobody cares about Twister anymore, right? We're just on to like the debate about sci-fi.
No,
Yeah,
you're
this is
pretty.
like-
You've got an engaged audience about this sci-fi. So Brooke did agree with you. Just first off, letting you know, The Fifth Element, Bruce Willis. She was agreeing with that.
No,
as
it's a
well.
great movie. Great
enjoyed
movie.
it.
But
Wow.
you got Simon here again. He's been very engaged. Just letting
Thanks,
you know.
Simon.
And he's like, so would Iron Man be sci-fi?
See, that's a hard one for
Hard
me.
sci-fi.
It's a hard one for me because I do like the Marvel comics. I do like that. I do.
As
I-
per your definition, that's part sci-fi.
Is part sci-fi though. Like it, it takes place in today's world, right? Spider-Man, Iron Man, even Thor. I'm down with Thor, and he came from another world.
He's magic though.
I understand. I like magic. I believe that there
I guess
is a
it's
little.
more fantasy. You're more on the fantasy
That's
board.
whatever,
'cause
but it's a little,
you
but
have
there's
no
like,
taste.
galaxies and other worlds and creatures, and that's okay. But I'm into Thor.
I feel like
Also, Natalie Portman. Just
I
saying.
feel like your argument is completely entwined in our review of Twister because you're just going in circles. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. That was a really good slow clap. Honestly, I feel like it felt like I did it in a bit of a compressed period of time. Like I feel like I had to kind of go a little bit faster than I wanted.
Jamie, sample that.
I feel like we could probably, use that in future.
Any more questions to keep us on track?
But yeah, no,
You've got-
Iron Man, 100% great. I love Iron Man. Maybe it has to do with the actors, but I love Keanu Reeves
What does Keanu Reeves have to do with Iron Man?
because I don't want to watch The Matrix. I'm just saying maybe it has to do with the actors. I'm saying
So what do you think of John Wick?
I love Keanu Reeves and I love John Wick.
I'm confused.
I'm saying that I think I liked Iron Man and it's a little more sci-fi maybe, but also I liked Robert Downey Jr. a lot. And I love Keanu Reeves,
Still confused.
right? Point Break. I am an FBI agent. What do you want me to say, man? I like
I
what
want
like.
you to collect your thoughts
I'm a
and then not just chirp
complicated
the
fellow.
Matrix for the sake of just arguing
I'm not
with me.
one-dimensional, all right? I've got layers. I'm
For
like
the
a
love
fucking...
of God, can we please watch The Matrix so that I can change your mind?
Do I have The Matrix here? Do we have it on DVD?
I will find it at a Walmart
I bet there's lots of copies available.
because they made so many because they sold out so quick.
I bet you they're in the used bin, the ones where they bring them back.
Probably because nobody watched DVDs anymore. 'Cause
They don't
everything's
even
on
give
Netflix.
them $2
probably
for
on
them.
Netflix.
They just say, you can give it to us and we'll resell it. Fuck you. Only The Matrix, though. Everything
You-
else we'll give you $2
You
for.
upset me. Next question.
Jenny had a good. She had two good points here. I'm gonna go back to her first one, I'm gonna throw it up there. So she says, when Star Wars came out in the 70s, there weren't a lot of movies that were sci-fi. It was fairly new. The only one she can think of is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay.
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 So she's got that, which is fairly.
I actually don't remember seeing it, but
And then
I know
she
the
followed
movie.
that up by saying Natalie Portman is in Star Wars. Pat, she made a comment about Natalie Portman.
she's in the
She's in episodes
not in
1, 2, and 3, which are not worth watching. I'm just gonna put that.
I
out there.
actually did you hear me say she's in the remake? And then I was like, wait, they're not remakes. I knew that.
I'll
much.
accept that.
I knew that they weren't
And-
remakes though.
Your respect level has gone from here to here.
Like I knew that they weren't remakes.
No.
I actually know that the first 3 are actually 4, 5, and 6,
Yes.
and then the next 3 were
And then 1, 2, 3 don't
is the prequel.
exist. And then except Qui-Gon Jinn was a character that I would have liked to see hashed out, but
There was one character.
finish your point. Sorry.
No, you go.
The only thing I will say about the first 3 is the
Sorry.
fact that there were some fucking badass lightsaber duels.
Right.
The first one, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, of Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan fighting Darth Maul, like with the fucking blaster doors, was awesome. That was an awesome scene. That was the only redeeming quality of that entire shitty movie, and Jar Jar Binks just shitting on everything.
Jar Jar Binks. That's what I was gonna say. Is who's the stupid, annoying character
Yeah.
with like the like
Lisa
the
Jar Jar
yeah
Binks.
yeah. What a
it's
fucking didn't he just?
bullshit,
Is he just like
bullshit.
I remember?
Sorry, Jeff. Can we get that again, just one more time?
No, Jamie sampled that.
I remember watching like a section of that, and like, isn't he like a backstabbing, like fucking, like, isn't he just
No,
like?
he becomes the fucking like. Okay, his race is called like they're the Gungans or a species or whatever.
All right.
The Gungans. They end up going to war against the Separatists, and then he becomes like some ambassador for the Gungans.
Really?
Which I don't know why you would want to communicate with like the fish people, but they live underwater. Like they occasionally come up to like probably eat some frogs and shit, but like other than that, they're essentially Atlantis.
Kevin Costner, Waterworld.
Haven't seen.
Good movie.
I
Haven't seen
enjoyed
that
it.
movie.
I'm gonna say
Partial sci-fi or full
Partials.
sci-fi? Evolution of human technology would
I'm
make
gonna
it
say
sci-
partial sci-fi.
Yeah.
because they're on boats. I mean, they weren't flying in ships.
But was that a flooded world, or was that a
That was a flooded
world that was just completely water?
No, that was our world, and the polar ice caps melted.
Partial
and
sci-fi.
Partial sci-fi.
Minority Report, The Matrix.
Yeah, I'm cool with
Anything.
that. Wow, you keep throwing the Matrix in there, but
The One with
feel
Jet
like-
Li. Great movie.
I don't remember it.
The One?
Yeah, I don't remember it.
It's with all like the alternate universes
Yeah,
and like
I
if you,
didn't even watch
if
it.
you
I
kill
saw
your
the-
counterpart, you gain their strength for some reason. And then like there's an evil Jet
Well,
Li
that's
that wants to
actually
kill the
based
family Jet
off
Li.
of. That sounds like it's actually based off of an old saying. I don't know where it comes from about killing your clone. Every day you're supposed to. Here's
Before
a little
my time.
motivational beer talking junk movie reviews. Killing your clone is something you're supposed to do every day. If every day the day ends when you go to bed, if you have learned one thing more or gained one second faster at something, if you had learned a new trade or if you learned a new song, you're one thing better, you're one step better than you were yesterday, you killed your clone. And if you don't kill your clone, that just means it was, you're the same. The next day, you're the same person.
I guess that's pretty much the one.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting. Wow, that was weird. I don't know. My brain just grabbed that. I remember hearing it.
Any other questions?
I don't know where it's from. Anyway,
Yeah. So somebody I think agrees with you, Pat, about the Matrix. Like Michael's back and he's saying the Matrix was hokey, like Dragon Thing, totally hokey philosophy and cliche.
That's
is that comment going to come up? Hang on, before don't
It's up right now.
don't say it's stupid. People are watching. They're taking the time. Don't say
Look,
the comments.
I very much appreciate
Michael,
and respect
you are
Michael
not
Wone,
stupid. Michael,
but you have a bad opinion.
Jeff disagrees with your opinion strongly, but he is not saying that anybody is stupid for thinking.
Why was it hokey?
What does it matter? If
Someone
he doesn't
FaceTime
like
this guy.
But what does it matter if he didn't like the movie? I didn't
Because
like
I want
the
to
movie.
understand, because that movie is
But I
like an
just told
interesting
you
movie.
Why? Because it's like Underworld. I liked Underworld, right? It was like a horror movie.
There's reasons to like that movie beyond
Look
the
at
vampires
Kate
and
Beckinsale.
the werewolves.
Is there somebody in a skin tight bodysuit?
100%.
Yes, it's great.
100%.
That's like
Kate,
the main
Kate
movie,
Beckinsale or whatever.
Watch this movie.
It's like Underworld is like a kind of like a horror sci-fi. They had
yeah, it
they
has
had
scary moments.
They
you
had
could
like
say.
tech. Well, it's vampires and werewolves. I mean,
partial
it's
sci-fi.
partial sci-fi. But the Matrix is like this full-on computer-driven world. Like, isn't there a part where he sees the world in ones and zeros?
Yeah,
And then
because
there's
he's in the Matrix, which is a computer simulation.
But that in itself is that's full sci-fi. That's not based off of human tech. There's no time and there's no real future in
The
human
machines
world.
were the human tech.
No, I look at. I can believe liquid metal.
You can
in
believe whatever
Terminator
you want,
2,
but you're wrong.
But
What do you mean you can
I can
believe liquid metal?
I can get behind liquid metal as a robot who can transform his shape, but I can't
That
believe
makes less sense than just machines
you
gaining
telling me
intelligence.
that you're telling me that it makes less sense than you getting sucked into a computer.
That's not how it works.
And being able to see the
That's
world in
not
ones and
how
zeros.
it works. You haven't seen the movies. You can't comment on that. Listen, I love The Matrix. I
Anyway.
know about The Matrix. It gets really stupid in 2 and 3. I understand that.
How
2
was
and
the
3,
soundtrack? Was it all fucking?
Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine.
I was
so
just gonna say.
fucking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rage actually nailed a couple soundtracks pretty good.
The only
Fucking
problem-
Godzilla, Rage. They had.
What, Godzilla 2000?
Yeah, didn't they have one in
Yikes.
that? No, not the. I'm saying the
You should
soundtrack.
watch Godzilla.
No, I'm saying the
2000.
soundtrack. Rage Against the Machine had the soundtrack. There was a song.
Which
was it-
Godzilla though?
I don't know which Godzilla, but they had a song in one of the Godzillas. I think it was Guerrilla Radio or something like that. I'm not sure. Or was it People of the Sun? I don't remember. Anyway,
Just listen to Rage Against the Machine, people.
in general,
better.
you should just listen to Rage because they're relentless, and they're a movement with the quickness. You are the power of change and to counteract.
Moving on.
Got to take the power back. Anyway.
I'm gonna just toss all of these comments up here because Brooke has been just saturating with great movies that I believe are all sci-fi. So
Okay.
like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna name them
Yeah,
off
just
to you. I'm gonna
shove
toss
them
them
up on
the
the screen because I'll look at this.
I want to
and
So
see
we've
about
got-
all
minutes,
of the. And we'll just
whatever
see.
our-
We've got Tron. We've
Tron,
got
Don't
Daft
care
Punk, I
about
mentioned.
Tron.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck is a great movie.
I
Batteries
don't know the
not
soundtrack.
included.
Stop
Don't
for a
know
second.
that movie.
Howard the Duck.
Spaceballs.
Go watch Howard the Duck. Batteries not included. I don't remember. But again, space what?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Spaceballs is pretty funny though.
She's saying that's all great 80s sci-fi.
Yes,
Spaceballs.
80 Spaceballs.
Full
was it.
sci-fi.
But Spaceballs was funny. It didn't. You know
Tron,
what?
partial
You want to know why?
sci-fi.
You want to know why I don't like Matrix? Because it insists upon itself. These are movies that didn't take themselves seriously. There was a scene,
Matrix took itself very seriously.
and these are movies that didn't take themselves seriously.
Tron.
I didn't say I like Tron. I'm saying Howard the Duck, Batteries Not Included, and
You don't even
Spaceballs.
remember Batteries Not Included, and Spaceballs is a parody movie.
Spaceballs was fucking hilarious because they made fun of how fucking dumb Star Wars was. Oh my
Salt
god,
or
I'm so
something.
sorry. If there's, I know there's some like I don't
I-
want to die, so
I watched-
I don't dislike Star Wars. I don't
To
think it's
this
fucking
to this point
I
that
don't want anyone
Michael's,
to, like, kill me or
Michael's
anything.
making, what was that J-Lo movie that was so insane? Assault or something? Matrix is the same period as 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. I don't even remember.
12
that was Bruce Willis.
Monkeys is... I'm
was
still
Bruce
going by the
Willis.
definition we created of like technology evolving to a point that's like maybe like you can maybe run with it, but like 12 Monkeys was a weird movie. I feel
I
like
don't
yeah, same
remember-
period you could say.
I don't remember I remember watching 12 Monkeys. I think when it came out, and then I don't.
Also, Spaceballs was a direct, as Jenny's saying, is like a direct like parody on Star Wars.
Oh, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. But it was a funny movie that didn't take itself serious. I mean, they had a character named Barf. I mean, one of the best scenes when fucking Rick Moranis is like, comb the desert. And then they're actually out there with like a afro pick and a combing the desert. Like,
I feel like people are trying to prove you wrong in regards to sci-fi movies being good right now.
also,
Beaches, total sci-fi.
Simon,
I haven't seen Beaches.
I've never seen Beaches.
I
I
can't
feel
comment
like-
on that.
I'm gonna say that Simon's joking because I think that Beaches is like a Bette Midler movie or something. Like I feel like Beaches was like Steel Magnolias. Like it's like a drama, something.
I don't know.
Anyway,
All I know is that you're wrong, and your opinion's stupid.
okay. Here's the thing. Nobody can see right now. We'll take a
Most
picture. of me.
interesting movie review of Twister ever. That's hilarious.
Aw, Rachel. Aw. Put it in the
Rachel,
note.
we all knew this would happen.
Put it in the notes for tomorrow that you're gonna send me. I'm sure you're.
So you guys got way off track, and also you're stupid, and Pat, you have a bad opinion. That's what she's gonna say.
No, me and Rachel agree. Like horror movies, partly sci-fi. I guarantee she's not watching Star Wars.
I cannot wait until Anil pulls up.
But I don't actually know that. I don't mean to
Her
speak for
saying that
Rachel.
Star
she
Wars
might
is
like
great.
Star Wars. If you took a picture
You
of all the
better.
DVDs, there's like a few hundred DVDs here that we have to watch. These are all my DVDs.
Is that a few hundred?
There's at least, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's like 25 on a, there's gotta be like 200, maybe 300 DVDs. There's some that are missing.
Do you count the shows?
How many of those are sci-fi? Like, like, can you even find any? There's part sci-fi, like X-Men,
X-Men, no,
That's-
because that is
Transformers.
Would you say X-Men is full? Okay, here's actually a question
It's
for
a
the
comic book
viewers.
thing.
I have
I'm
a
okay
question.
with
Excuse
it.
me, shush.
All right.
I have a question for our viewers in the sense
I
of
will shush. Did we freeze? Sorry, the picture's frozen here. Oh, okay.
oh, we'll see what happens. Question
I'll
for our
refresh.
viewers: is X-Men a partial sci-fi based on our definition, or a full sci-fi? Because in today's world, as far as we know, there are not people with like superpowers. So is that like a full sci-fi of like imagine the world with this? Because I would put that in full sci-fi essentially.
I don't think we know that no one has powers in the world.
No, I feel like I was pretty conscious in saying that like we're not.
So
saying
Jeff, just
there are
to
people.
just to recap, your question is X-Men full sci-fi?
Yeah, would X-Men be full sci-fi or would that be partial sci-fi? Because it's within today's world, but it's in a situation of like an alternate kind of universe, which I think would be full sci-fi.
I
That's
would
a
say
question.
put it out to the people, but if you're asking me, I would put it in the same realm as like Iron Man. Like it's this Marvel universe that it's a comic book universe. If Star Wars had been like a comic book, I think I might have been more to get behind it. I don't know why. Like I
I
just
feel like we have to further define our definition then.
I feel like there's probably more to it because I mean I can get behind X-Men for the same reason I can get behind Iron Man or any of those other ones. But like
Brooke
Transformers,
says
same
full.
thing.
Rachel says full.
It's full sci-fi.
Time travel and shit.
Okay.
Powers and stuff, like that's full sci-fi. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I feel.
Okay. Okay. But aside from that, Fantastic Four I have, which was
Full sci-fi.
full sci-fi, sure.
Wait.
But they're based on a
No, because they're within the universe. Does that count? People.
but
Is that within the
they take
universe?
place like on this world in this time.
But with a different kind of perspective.
But
like,
with power. But
Yeah.
there was there time travel in X-Men?
yeah. What was it?
Time travel?
Yeah, X-Men. Not Apocalypse. It was the one before Apocalypse. Days of Future Past. They traveled back in time and they did the thing.
I think other than X-Men, Transformers, and Fantastic Four.
Transformers would be full sci-fi. Although that's including
Although-
aliens. There could be a planet of robot trucks. I don't know.
think I have any other sci-fi movies except for like that's it. I mean,
Let's see. What else we got here? We got
I don't think
nothing
so.
There.
I should post a picture. I should post a picture of all of the movies in the comments.
Hellboy. I know you have Hellboy.
Hellboy is fantastic,
Underworld, same thing. Blade, same thing.
but they're horror based. That's why I'm like
you
I'm
can't
okay.
you can't separate
No.
sci-fi and horror.
I can do it.
They can combine.
Goddamn heck, I wish. Blade, you can't call Blade sci-fi in this. You can't put Blade and Star Wars in the same category and say they're both sci-fi.
In the sense of full sci-fi, as
I've
per
got a
what
lot
we're
to drink.
defining.
Anil has
Pat.
something to say. Yes.
This mic keeps sticking. I gotta fix it. What is your definition of sci-fi?
I feel like we reached
Are we
this.
talking about? The
We haven't because you guys are so on
Are we
opposite
talking
ends of the
about the
spectrum.
sci-fi that I dislike?
No, just what is your definition? What is science fiction?
Alternate universe, future alternate world. Alternate world, future.
Are you Googling the definition
No,
of sci-fi
no,
right now?
I'm not googling
Because
anything.
it looks
I'm,
like you're definitely.
no, I'm
you're
gonna take a
definitely doing this.
picture of the DVDs that we have here, and just
Oh.
throw it up. I don't know if that's because then people can kind of like zoom in and see the kind of movies that I've got here, right?
Why don't we just toss up? Or I guess you can. You want to do that in real time? I was
No,
gonna
I'm
say,
gonna do it right now because I got my phone. Also, we're using DSLRs this time, just so everyone knows, and hopefully the picture quality is really good, and you didn't even notice that we're not using the phones, because now we can have our phones to do cool stuff like this. And for whatever reason, I am not able.
Simon says he's with Jeff. I'm not sure specifically about what, but I think he's just choosing a side right now. Jeff says thank you from the washroom.
I don't know. I just feel like I can't, for some reason, post a picture in the comments. That's weird.
Michael says this show is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael. We're just doing our best. Just like a little train that could just chugging along here. I can't post the picture.
That's all right.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna, I'm gonna split screen just you and Jeff's empty couch.
Jeff's empty seat.
Should get a cardboard cutout.
I wonder if I could send you the picture and you could post it.
Yeah, we have the technology.
Watch this. I will send it to myself because you're on my computer.
Yeah.
Everyone, you're watching this in real time.
With
Anybody who's watching this knows what they were getting into.
So you should see it there, and then maybe you can like copy it and share it. So I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like anything that's like super. No, I don't want to argue, but it's just like anything that's like futuristic world, made up races and
Species.
and like just that kind of thing, I guess, right? Like I don't know, man. Like I always try and set the thing like Star
So
Wars,
Fifth Element then.
Star Wars versus like Blade is not, to me it's not the same thing.
Vampires, I feel, would be a different species.
Yeah, but vampires is a horror movie thing. Like, I mean, that's like werewolves and vampires and ghosts.
The
and,
fact that you are separating
you know,
sci-fi
is
and
Buffy
horror.
the Vampire Slayer sci-fi or horror? Like, to me, it's a bit of both, but I can get behind that because Sarah Michelle Gellar, swing. But anyway, I'm just saying.
I feel like you're just
and
wrong.
Does
also,
You're
she
wrong.
wear a skin tight bodysuit?
no, but she could.
She
and
should.
doesn't, and she didn't have to because she's awesome.
Jenny's saying that's the fiction part of it.
Jenny's too smart for this conversation because she's always making such valid points, Jenny. You're right. Okay, so the fiction side of it, I don't know. Like, but I mean, isn't like the like Constantine, is that sci-fi because it's like demon? No, it's a horror movie. It's like there's
My only
there's
question
alternate world.
in
Yeah,
regards to
there's hell.
Constantine is that
Sorry,
sci-fi?
did you say you have a problem with Constantine?
What? No, I said my only question in regards to
okay, I was gonna
Constantine
say, 'cause fucking
is
John Constantine was a shit.
it was a good movie.
John
Is
Constantine.
that sci-fi or is that fantasy?
Fuck you up.
Like, where do we draw the line in that regard? I feel like sci-fi comes down to the actual
I'll tell you what.
science of ships and shit.
I can get behind vampires
Technology.
until they're flying on a ship through
Look.
space.
Brooke says you should just give in because she knows you're wrong. Everybody,
Give
I
in to
feel,
what?
give in to just stop arguing for the sake of arguing.
I'm not
I am
arguing for the
making
sake of arguing.
valid points.
You're making me dig in on a point that I was kind of met about before, but now I'm like, no, it's no. Like, cause now you're making me question like other movies, like as if I'm. What are those people, like a hypocrite or something? Are those people
Yes.
that are like one thing is okay but not this?
Yes.
Like, fuck that. No. Blade is not the same thing remotely as The Matrix. And everybody's dressed in
Totally
leather and
different story.
black. And everybody's kung fu fighting. And there's different species, this or whatever. I don't know. But I don't think I don't know if you're able to get that picture of the DVDs up, but it
For
didn't
any
come
of our
through
listeners-
no, it's on my Facebook. If you're
Wait.
on, it should be in the messages. I
Can
sent it to
you-
myself.
Can you read some of these comments? Because some of them are disappearing. I saw Simon had one that I missed that you put up just recently.
Sticky. There we go.
Is
There's a
it the
delay on the
button
button. Yeah,
the
like
button sticking?
when I'm unmuting myself, it's.
We'll put you in channel.
Did
4.
did you see Rachel's comment about vampires are cursed, not
I didn't.
and aliens?
I didn't see that. No.
I threw it up just now, but I think
But was the first okay?
Vampires
in Blade,
are cursed.
In Blade,
No.
I feel
Vampires are
like-
cursed, not
Sorry, yeah, finish your point.
right there, right? Not aliens.
I saw that one. But
Okay.
in that sense, in Blade specifically, was I think it was Dracula, I think was the first one, I think they said. He turned into like a blood tornado or something. It was really stupid. But like, was he cursed or was he just born differently with a different genetic like outmake? Because I feel like he wasn't cursed, but like in the sense of like,
I don't know. I thought it was like I don't remember what they said in Blade specifically as to how the first, the first of their kind was created.
I feel like he wasn't like witchcraft into being like.
I'm just saying that I can get behind Blade, and I can get behind like Resident Evil.
Resident Evil would be partial sci-fi based on the technology accidentally creating a virus.
Right, but I look at it.
Like the coronavirus. No, I'm
No,
I'm
I look
kidding.
at I look at Resident Evil and I go zombies. Maybe that's what it is. So if you say to me Star Wars, I go spaceships and laser beams and lightsabers. No. But then if you say to me Blade or pick any other movie, and I'll tell you what, it's like word association. It's
Thor.
like, huh?
Thor's fantasy. We're over this.
Thor, hammer. It's fine. It's of this
Hammer.
Earth. It's of this earth. I'm just saying. Natalie Portman and Hammer. I don't know. You draw
Mjolnir
your own
was made
conclusions.
like not on this earth. Completely
But a
different
hammer
physics.
is of this earth, is what I'm saying. It's not, it's not a hammer that isn't it's not a gun that shoots lasers. It's not a laser beam.
So what's gonna happen in a few years when that actually becomes like the Gauss rifle is something that is like similar in nature to like firing laser blasters.
I won't be around long after. It doesn't matter, man. To me, I won't be around.
Gauss
to see,
rifles
like,
already are like I feel like decently along production in
that
regards to
shoot
like
lasers.
they shoot like it's not bullets. I'm pretty sure.
Are you
Someone
talking
correct
about,
me if
like-
I'm wrong. Who knows a lot about Gauss rifles?
Can we get someone from the Pentagon?
Buffy is 100% sci-fi, but vampires aren't real.
Who said Buffy's 100% sci-fi?
Brooks got some solid fucking points here.
Okay, first off, two things. I don't know that I agree with Buffy is 100% sci-fi. I don't know that I agree with that because there's monsters and demons, and it's not science as much as it's
Fantasy.
fantasy. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the you know what I mean? And like you're talking like the TV show Buffy, and I mean like obviously the movie Buffy was just about vampires with Christy Swanson and Luke Perry, rest in peace. Everyone's dead. Holy crap.
Because all these movies you're naming are from like 20 years ago.
But these people are young. Anyway, I don't know that I would say that. I hate to disagree with Brooke, but
I really think
I don't think it's sci-fi.
that if we
Not
were to
100%
watch The
sci-fi.
Matrix, I honestly think if we were to watch The Matrix, you would have a different opinion after like watching it with a different kind of like a different understanding, like paying attention to how it got to the point
I
that it
feel like
did.
you're just really hung up on the Matrix.
No, I'm just hung up on your opinion of The Matrix in the sense that I just think you're wrong. And like it would be like me saying like The Godfather's stupid because like Italians are stupid? I don't really know. Something like that. It's just like you're hung up on some small point I feel that's holding you back from like realizing the full thing.
I don't know. Was there something funny or?
Just the mic did it again. Just Brooke. She's like, "You're wrong." I giggled at that. A couple of crying.
I assume she's talking to you.
I believe she is, and well, whatever. Okay, I feel like Rachel Heel might want to chime in because I think that she's a Buffy fan too, so she can if she wants. You're wrong. Well, okay, maybe it is sci-fi. I don't know, but I don't see it as sci-fi.
So you're wrong.
Well, I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's an opinion thing. I think like Brooke's opinion is that it's sci-fi, and my opinion
So your
is
opinion's
that it's
wrong.
not. Just like your opinion is that The Matrix is a good movie, and my opinion is I can't actually say it's bad. I'm just not interested in watching it
Because
it's
you haven't watched it in forever. Okay, for the
it's
love of
full-
God,
full
people,
sci-fi.
I'm going to like put up The Matrix as my pick. Please, for the love of God, just pick The Matrix so that I can just prove him wrong. Because
Okay.
this is like
So your pick
driving
for
me
next
nuts.
week is The Matrix. Obviously, we're gonna do that. So okay, fine.
My pick for next week's also The Matrix.
sick.
So we're gonna have The Matrix. And,
The Matrix and like Wolf Creek or some shit. Whatever you're gonna pick, stupid movie.
It's not gonna be Wolf Creek because I respect our producer's desire to not be scared because she's scared.
Wolf Creek
Very
isn't
scared.
a scary movie. in the
Rachel
word.
chimed in. She said Buffy isn't sci-fi.
Argue it out in the comments to get those numbers up or something. I don't really know how social media works.
Crack your knuckles, quick! I wish I could.
I can only do my
Buffy isn't sci-fi. I agree. I don't think it's sci-fi. I feel like it's a fantasy thing. Like it's not an alternate universe. It's not a futuristic alternate universe. And maybe that's really what it comes down to is like,
I feel like you're hung up on
look
things.
at any time that you're wearing like weird clothing that is like
Like anything from The Fifth Element. Go on.
But The Fifth Element was okay, and that's why I don't understand why. Just that one movie was all right. I don't know, just futuristic. Whatever. I don't know what my pick's gonna be for next week. We're gonna
Twister,
figure
everybody.
out.
Twister. Pat's opinions.
We're gonna
Twister.
figure that out, and we will get the voting back up
You keep doing this.
for next week. How long have we been live?
Like an
now?
hour
'Cause
and a
I feel
half.
like we've just.
Yeah.
Our entire show is just
we're
like
sitting at an
tune
hour
in to
and
argue
30.
with us because we'll do it.
I think I saw that fantasy horror. Thank you, Rachel. See, that's what I agree. And I support Rachel because she works in the film industry. She's in film and television. I feel like
So she's
knows.
biased.
She's a pro.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Rachel, we love you.
Also, what?
Matrix is good. Haven't watched it in forever. Michael Wone.
Yeah, see, and he never said, and he never said that it was. He just, and even though, and didn't
No,
he say it was hokey?
Okay, for the record, everybody is disagreeing with you.
I don't think that's true. Matrix. I've seen it. I know.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the first Alien movie? And Aliens. And nothing else.
I don't remember Aliens.
Aliens was like the action version
I know.
of
I
Alien.
didn't. I don't remember it.
The first Alien movie.
I don't remember it. Aside from the scene where like everybody knows where she's all
See,
scared.
Simon,
and it's-
Matrix, my vote too. Thank you. A man with taste.
Fine. I mean, fuck. Whatever. I'll watch the Matrix.
At the very least, you get to watch Trinity walk around in that skin tight leather suit. And jump through windows and shit.
I'm okay
Can we have a
with-
skin tight leather suit?
Mr.
Counter?
Anderson.
I know, right?
I think Jeff said like six
Welcome
now.
back.
I feel like he said it about
we
6 or 7 times.
missed you.
I feel like
That's from the third one.
he said it like 6 or 7 times, like skin tight leather suit.
It's-
And I don't even think it's leather. It's fucking latex or plastic or.
oh, we want to
something.
be all specific and shit.
Well, I'm just saying it's not.
You would
leather.
sweat to death in a leather suit. Anybody.
Oh, no
I
wonder
feel.
they look so great. I mean, it's like exercising in a garbage
Just
bag.
don't
They're
eat for a week and then
constantly-
squeeze yourself into the suit with a little bit of butter on your legs or something.
You're
I don't
not
really know
getting
how
it
works.
off. That's the other thing. Like you need help. Like you need to like almost like jump in a pool.
No, you just cut it off and buy a new one.
It's probably what. Yeah. They probably don't.
You think
change.
skin tight leather suits are cheap, Jeff? Like,
No, that's not what I said. But in the movie industry, they have
Do
a
you
never-ending supply of
know
money.
how much is skin
No, but I feel like
leather?
Jeff
Vote for the
does.
Matrix.
Who said that? Rachel? Oh.
Mm.
A2 Brute.
Yikes.
Okay, look. I feel like this show has been nothing really about Twister. Honestly, I think
Jenny, gonna be also a vote for the Matrix. That is a Matrix quote, as you will soon find out.
oh god, what did she say? The blue. Okay, blue pill, red pill.
You'd be a red pill,
Is that stay asleep?
I think.
Yeah, I'm like an ignorance is bliss. I don't give a shit till it's right in front of me. Like if you're like, look it, you could take this pill
It
and
might
just
have been the blue pill.
continue
I can't
on
remember.
life, or you could take this pill
We'll
and
find out next week.
be completely woke to the fucking situation. I'd be like, give me the fucking red pill, motherfucker. That other shit's way too hard. Like, why would you want to live in that world where you knew everything was fucked? Like ignorant. Like I would just whatever. Fuck it. What's happening here? Yeah, shit, I'm wrong. Buffy isn't a sci-fi. But for the record, I'm disagreeing with Pat. I think you would enjoy it.
You would like the Matrix. It is a good movie. If you approach it with an open...
I'm open-minded,
mind.
but I've seen The Matrix before. It never enticed me to want to watch it again. It didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen it at least once, I'm sure.
I feel
And it
like
didn't make me go, fuck, I can't wait to watch that again.
Based on our conversation, I feel like you approached it in the sense of like, sci-fi is stupid.
What's so funny? What? Oh.
Vote for anything Pat says. No one can trust a man whose big toe can be that erect.
I feel like that's a personal thing, and that's towards you. And I accept Caitlin's support.
Caitlin is also my sister.
For the
so-
record, Caitlin, you can just stay right out of this as far as possible away. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jeff, can we get a shot of the big toe?
No, I gotta next week. I gotta trim my toenails.
Tune in to see Jeff's
I'll admit
weird
that I don't
toe.
really give a fuck. It's COVID times. I don't really Nothing matters.
We're not trimming toenails.
Time
in
doesn't
COVID
exist.
Times. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I have sci-fi.
Caitlin, where's Mike? Where's Mike?
Why are you so angry?
'Cause I love Mike.
Okay. Well, look. I think that we probably should wrap this up because it's
Yeah,
gone
it's been an hour and
an hour and a
30
half. I
minutes.
think we're just kind of getting off the rails. If you guys have any, I will say on a serious note though, thank you everyone who's been watching and commenting, and
Show it's the toe.
I know that I'm gonna just let those comments go between you.
Listen, next week you'll get barefoot. I'll wear flip flops. I don't give a fuck.
We appreciate everyone who's been watching.
thank
and
you so much.
commenting. We realize that you're mostly our friends, except for Mike, who I don't know by.
You
I don't
met
think I've
Mike.
ever- Mike?
Yeah, you came here and did.
What?
No, I think he's talking about Michael Holmes.
Oh, Michael Wom.
Yeah, like I don't recognize the name, but I want to thank Michael Wone.
Yeah,
for
thank you,
being
Michael
here
Wone.
Because I don't. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure, is our friends who have to watch us.
This show goes out to Michael Wom.
Can we get the show is dedicated to Michael Wone?
That took a weird turn.
On a,
This show is dedicated to Michael Wong.
This show is dedicated
Yeah.
to
Michael
Michael
Wone.
Wom. Nice.
and thank you to everyone else, obviously.
Yes, thank you for watching.
But if you have any suggestions,
The Matrix. It's gonna be the
for
Matrix.
movies or anything that you think like you'd like us to do that might make the show more interesting for you, we're open to suggestions. You can email us at I thought you were going to say something. You can email us at rattleonemedia@gmail.com.
I didn't know we had an email.
We have an email. You can also just like the page and message us through there. In fact, if you could
you can
like the
message us
page if you haven't
personally.
already, and or possibly
All
share
of
the
you
page
know us.
or these videos or just whatever, just to like get more people maybe interested. I know our show's kind of like for a certain taste. Anil does a great show called Tarot and Tunes. It's going to be done bi-weekly for the next little while.
Where she
We're working
performs
on
witchcraft.
some commercial type things that we can interject during these shows. Are you reading the comments? Because she's putting them on.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I'm
Everybody's
not.
saying thank you. I'm
Awesome. I'm
appreciating every single one
thank
of the thank
you for
yous.
doing
Matrix
that.
or the Matrix?
just saying,
Those are your choices.
rattleonemedia@gmail.com. If you-
Ask.com.
if you have any comments or things that you think we should do. We did, like I said, we did record ourselves with the reaction to watching Twister, so we're gonna go through that video and see how it turned out. And we're toying around with the idea of either later in the week releasing clips or possibly at the top of the show
You can watch us
sharing
eating sushi.
you
We ate a lot
sharing
of
with you
sushi.
like the highlight
Yeah.
reel of our comments that we thought were funny moments or moments of
Were
entertainment.
worth listening to.
Yeah, so that you could get a better idea where we were.
We
in the
make
show.
terrible jokes through every movie we watch.
It's too bad we can't just like watch the movie live on Facebook. I feel that'd be a long show, but I mean it'd be funny just to like.
It'd be nice if we wouldn't get taken down. Like for people who do want to engage with us, it'd be sweet to like
Definitely
watch
during
the movie with us. You got stupid comments to make? Like we're all
Yeah.
making stupid comments.
Definitely during the movie.
It would just mainly be stop.
I wonder if
talking.
we could like create like a Zoom meeting, like and watch it in a Zoom meeting with the split screen that we did.
like if we did it through like even Zoom makes sense. Like FaceTime house party even.
yeah, like something where
If you
we can
a
have
house
like
party app.
a bunch of people watching with us, and then like
We'll just
and then we'll go
lazily
live to Facebook
point it at the
after.
screen.
Yeah,
That could be fun. Let us know. We are we promise no quality. Yeah, like we are open to suggestions because we are just figuring this out. And
Yeah, and
honestly, this setup is more than I thought it would be in the sense of like I would have just set up my phone lazily like a dick.
Well,
Whereas you actually go through
yeah.
the motions to figure shit out properly.
Well, shout
so
out to Pat here.
Shout out
'cause
to
he
Pat
won't
for
he won't shout out to himself. But
Well,
this man,
this setup.
thank you.
It
this
is,
man's done some of the hardware setups, and
and he bought all
he
these
provides-
DVDs like an old
Yeah.
man.
it's a great space.
Fuck you. So, but, I mean, thank you. But yeah, I think, and maybe what we'll do before we tear down today, I think we'll take a couple shots of our setup here so people can kind of see what we've what we set up in the space here. You know, I think
can
I don't
see
know
our
for
whole
anyone
deal.
who might be interested, maybe we'll throw that up on our like
If
Instagram
you give a shit,
stories
you can
or
check
something.
it out.
You can follow us on
if you
Instagram
don't,
at
you can
Rattle One, and maybe
kick rocks.
Anil will post like a little walk around the little setup here. It'll be kind of fun. But anyway,
Pull that up, Jamie.
I think that we've pretty much covered everything, and thank
Everything
you
and
guys.
more. So thank you. Yeah.
We haven't thought of like a catchphrase.
Stay rattled, everybody. Stay rattled.
Rattle on.
No, stay
Ra-
rattled.
Stay rattled. No, say stay rattled one more time.
Stay rattled.
Stay.